What's up YouTube? Today I'm going to take you through my glute and hamstring workout. As you can see here, I started my first compound lift with Sumo Deadlifts. I like to get my compound lifts over with first because they exert the most energy. Prior to this, I did a 10-minute warm-up on the treadmill, just walking at an incline and then I stretched. I also did a couple of rounds of the Sumo Deadlift with the bar just to get my muscles ready. And then I focused on high reps, so I did 4 sets of 12 here. The key to this is to really have a flat back and to realize that sometimes getting off the ground is a little bit of a slower movement the way your legs are positioned. So just make sure you have good form and don't try to lift too much too quick. Next, I went into glute hip thrusts. This has always kind of been a little bit of an awkward exercise. I avoided it for the longest time just because I didn't want to look silly in the gym. But once you try it, it is a burn unlike anything you've ever felt before in the booty area. So if you know it's burning, then you know it's working. So I'm sitting here doing these. I did 4 sets of 12 with 95 pounds. It doesn't take a whole lot of weight to really feel this. You want to make sure you're holding it at the top for about a second or so to make sure that you're really getting the full muscle contraction. Next up, I did reverse hack squats. These are a really great booty exercise. You want to make sure that you don't do too much too quick. You want to try to keep your back straight, and you want to try to make sure you don't have your knees go over your toes. So here I did 4 sets of 10 with the reverse hack squats. After that, I did the single leg step ups, and holy moly, these are so much harder than they look. After 1 set of this, you're completely winded. It doesn't take much weight at all. I have 10 pounds on each side of the Smith machine. You want to make sure that you're focusing most of your weight on that front leg and you're only tapping the back leg. This isn't just a booty exercise, you feel this in your entire leg. So here I did 3 sets of 10 on each leg, and this is the part where you get real sweaty. This is the most difficult exercise of the entire leg day. After that, I went into glute kickbacks. Whenever I do these, I always try to make sure that my midsection is parallel to the floor. It also helps me with my lower back if I have a little bit of a bend in my leg that's on the floor. And other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just kick back. After I finished up with the kickbacks, I went into a stiff leg deadlift. I like using these with dumbbells better than the barbell because you can kind of push it out on the bottom of your legs a little bit more rather than if it was just a straight bar. So when you go down with these, even though it's called a stiff leg, if you have just a little bit of a bend in your knees, you can feel it more in your glutes, and you want to try to keep the dumbbells as close to your legs as possible. I've had scars before from keeping it too close to my legs, so long socks are always good for stiff leg deadlifts. After that, I went into good mornings. The motion of these is also pretty similar to the stiff leg deadlifts. You're going to have a little bit of bend in your knees and you're going to try to keep your back as straight as possible. This time the weight is just on your shoulders rather than at the bottom of your hands. This is a great hamstring exercise as well. For the last part of this leg workout, I did hamstring curls. I actually learned this from another YouTube video using the ball to curl in. I get a way better burn from this than using the machines because you have to keep your entire core stabilized and you have to keep your muscles flexed the entire time. There's no relaxation point in the middle of this exercise. It's time under tension and your hamstrings are under tension for the entire duration of this exercise. After that, I tried to go into some tumbling, but my hamstring was so bad I already knew I was beat.